Thank you. Today at Apple's Toastmasters, we are creating history. And you are about to be becoming a part as a witness to this history. Why history? Because first time we are going to attempt a panel evaluation. And this panel evaluation will be of a different sort of evaluation. Because I have not one, not two, but 4 panelists whom I call as the chairman. Because when I invite them, they are going to come here with their own chairs. Chairman Vineet, Chairman Sabindas, Chairman Sada, Chairman Gajindran. So, friends and guests, this is the most important part of any Toastmaster session. Because in Toastmasters, we don't have a classroom to teach us. We don't have lecturers. We don't have teachers. How do we learn then? We learn by doing. We learn by watching. We learn by evaluating. We learn by getting evaluated. So this elite panel sitting here is going to evaluate the 4 speakers. What they did right, what they have to improve, and how it can be taken to a next step. And let us hear from all these evaluators what they have noted down about their respective speakers, and collectively, if anyone has any suggestions to make that speaker a better speaker, he is welcome to do that. So let me start by inviting our first evaluator, Toastmaster Vineet. Toastmaster Vineet, as per the evaluation sheet, it is said that the speaker has to use or integrate anecdotes in his speech. How do you think did he do it properly? What kind of humor he had added? How effective he was? What did you like the most? Vineet.
So good morning everyone. My target speaker was Toastmaster Jayaprasad. So as Toastmaster DTM Harish mentioned, his main my target speaker main purpose was to add the humorous in the speech. So that part I felt a little bit less, like when I felt less compared to the purpose of the speech. But there were like many positive sides also. You had the pace, and like his tone is very heavy. Like like he's a sergeant at arms. You start with that energy. So you have that energy in your speech, and also you have added many quotes in the speech, like one quote. So there are, you mentioned about the positive side of the procrastination, the art of procrastination. So that part I felt I liked it, and also you had the smile. You always have the eye contact. So that's a positive side. But when it comes to the purpose of the speech, I think like it was lacking, the humorous part.
Okay, thank you, Vineet. Gajindran, now Vineet was mentioning that there are a lot of positives. If I were to ask you, what was that one thing you could have improved upon?
First of all, Toastmaster Jayaprasad. I like the way that he started the speech. I mean, laughter is one thing that we make others to smile. And you started with your own smile. That's the best part, So as DTM Harish wanted me to tell you that what you could do well so that you'd be in a position to put it in a better context in the next speech. Sticking with the objective, the laughter should also link with some story. So try to make some story, build a story, and then at the end of the story, reveal the laughter. So that will add humor to the entire audience. So that is one suggestion I would give it to you.
Okay, thank you. Sabindas, overall presentation of the speaker, how do you rate him? with the use of body language, gestures, vocal variety, was it at par or can be improved? What is your view on that?
Good morning, everyone. Thank you. Regarding the body language and the posture, there is an area of improvement I noticed. We got a big stage to utilize over here from this area to this area. If I'm repeating what he's trying to do, in my opinion, strictly personal, okay, strictly to me. So he was always using like this, the stage, but he has a lot of area to use and move, but this movement was repeating. This you can improve on your next day. So there is a big area of stage you could have been walk over here because you had a conversation. So you can act as one guy like this and the other guy like this. Yeah. So this is the only thing I noticed in the case body language.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I think it's a good area of improvement you can try.
Sada, just to conclude, I mean, if you want to say that, what are the really positive points which he can just take it to a next level, which he can make it, improve more, he can refine more?
See, humor is something, when we listen, some unexpected things come. Then we laugh at it. Today, the topic itself was humorous. We all see procrastination as a negative quality, but taking that as a positive side of anybody's life brought so much humor. That's the best part. So his selection of topics was the best thing I would say.
Wonderful.
If I want to comment on any point of improvement, any humorous speech needs a meaningful pause in the speech. That's very important. So during that pause, of course, when I say meaningful pause, that is the time audience realize and laugh. So you need to have a meaningful pause in your speech to make it more effective, humorous speech. That's
Good.
why.
Thank you. Would you like to just conclude quickly on his speech?
So overall, I like your speech from my personal thing. So just like from next time, like just check the objective of the speech. So it's basically for the humorous, so you can add more what to say, structured speech for the next video. All of this.
Can I add something? It says, know your sense of humor. That is a project.
So, good. That was his sense of humor of telling us that yes, he had a sense of humor. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Now, let us quickly jump on to our next speaker. Next speaker was our Joanne. I would like, Gajindran, you have read out the evaluation criteria very well. I think it speaks about how to utilize body language and vocal variety. Did you find that she has applied this project criteria in the speech and how well she has done it?
Toastmaster Joanne. She has started her speech with a telephonic conversation or in a picture, taking the picture. So she has made a set a platform that she is talking about the browsing of the phone and things like that. Sticking on to the speech objective that she has to incorporate that vocal variety. The best way of implementing the vocal variety is that introducing two different characters. That he has done it very well. For example, the mother from one room asking her to switch off the AC. On the other room, she is on the headphone, not hearing to that. And that telephonic conversation, she has done it well in terms of putting the vocal variety. And coming to the body language, she has incorporated her own personal story. She has, like, the three people running into the house, the one who reaches the first. She was just showing her body language and anxiety and the facial expression, so on. And that was done very well. The first one who reaches there, he has the opportunity to grab the mouse from the computer, and the second one to watch the TV, and the third one, the unlucky one, with their humor and so on. So, according to me, he has done the justice to her speech with that.
Thank you. Sabindas, if I were to ask, how do you rate the speaker in terms of the clarity of thoughts and the comfort level she displayed on the stage?
Joanne, I think she has a great confidence while giving her speech. She was prepared, and I like 3 words she used on that one. One is font numbering, the new to me. Smartphone zombie, technoference. So this shows that she was well prepared. She utilized good words. So if I'm giving a good rating of this speech, I'll give 9 out of 10 for sure on the vocabulary. And she took two conversations. One is with mom, and the other one she was there ending with her sisters or siblings. So these 2 conversations, and she tried to add everything. And if I am talking her body language, she was utilizing the full stage from there to here. That is one thing. So I think she has improved a lot as a Toastmaster, and it was a good speech.
Thank you. Sada, have you observed anything which you felt that these 2 people have not covered regarding that body language? Or you also feel that she was very good? Do you have any suggestions?
Yes, Harish Bilgi. She was very good at using the stage in vocal work, but using the hands was very restricted.
Okay.
Yeah, she could have used. She was using the headphone, right? Headset. So she had the opportunity to use her hands. So that was missing in her body language. But I want to congratulate her for choosing a very relevant topic of today's era. Any speech is remembered with the relevance.
Okay.
The speech is very relevant, the audience remember the speech. For that I should congratulate. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Vineet, any concluding remarks on her speech? What did you observe? Any suggestions you have?
You're doing on the level you want P3, so I really appreciate what you're taking. So all the positive feedback you got already, and so you are going the right track. So that's what I can say. Only one thing I just want to highlight, regarding the voice tone. I think you can have up and down. So the pace was I felt it was flat. Other than that, it was perfect for me. Thank you.
Okay. So Vineet is talking about inflection. Someone spoke about the pause. Gajindran, would you like to conclude? Give a passing remarks.
Overall, Toastmaster Joanne, she has improved a lot. She has tremendously improved her graph in terms of progression. At level 1 P3, you are doing really good. Keep up the pace. All the very best to you in the next speech.
Thank you. Okay, now we come to our third speaker. Speaker was Benedict, and he told us a story about his fateful day. I remember Ralph Smedley's one quote. Ralph Smedley's quote goes like this, that a speech without purpose is like going on travel without destination. And that is precisely I would like to ask his evaluator who started giving his evaluation criteria. Did you find a specific purpose in Benedict's speech? Sabine.
Toastmaster Benedict, if you ask me if you find a purpose, yeah, there was a purpose. It is not what happens in life, what you always expected. You was expecting a worst experience, and it's turned around to a best experience for you in the life. You got a appraiser. That is also from his MT. That's a great thing. Congratulations on that. Really. If other thing I'm noticing that one, he could gain a lot of confidence. Even in my first speech, after my first speech as the icebreaker, I also got a confidence. I was seeing myself in him. He got gained a lot of confidence while giving the speech. He was utilizing the full stage, giving vocal varieties I noticed one deep sense of happiness. I like that word actually. So overall, I like his speech. Yeah, and I think he find a sense, what is called a purpose in that speech, just telling a small event, that is I think in a day, just going for an appraisal day. He met the objective and it says that unexpected thing can happen. He was expecting was, he's got the good one. Thank you.
Wonderful. Sada, if I request you to give some recommendations to Benedict's speech, which are the areas which you would like him to improve on?
Again, the same feedback which I had to give for Joel. He had the opportunity to use his hands. I think he could have used it better.
Okay.
That's the only area of improvement I can see. Otherwise, his stage usage and body language, answering the phone call, and vocal variety, everything was perfect. Any personal story delivered with emotions will always be in the minds of the audience.
Well,
So this will remain in our minds forever. The only thing is, the objective of the project is a speech with a project. Sorry, a speech with an objective, a purpose. Now, if you don't give a takeaway message at the end, every one of us will have our own perspective of the purpose of the speech. So what was your takeaway? That you should have mentioned at the end. That would have made it more purposeful. That's my takeaway.
thank you. Vineet, would you like to just stretch this point further on any recommendations you have observed to Benedict?
So I think all the evaluators already covered whatever the suggestion I wanted to say. So you can improve on these factors what the other evaluators say. Otherwise, like you're perfect for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Gajindran, I think we both belong to the pre-COVID era, Stone Age. You have also done the Toastmasters manual from the old journal, isn't it? The level 2 or level 3 speech of earlier journey was to have a speech with a general purpose and a specific purpose. And this project is something similar to that. Whether you were able to find out the general purpose and the specific purpose of the speaker.
In terms of purpose, the overall purpose is the career progression. So we need to move ahead, starting from the engineer, senior engineer, manager, project manager, and so on. So that is the general purpose. So in this progression, what is the specific purpose? The specific purpose is that we need to get the appraisal, isn't it? So just moving the designation doesn't make it's not going to fill our packet. So therefore, that's the general purpose. But however, in terms of addressing the speech into the audience, you could have started with your career progression, opening it as a general purpose, and then moving on to the specific purpose. That appraisal is one of the specific purposes that you have in terms of the general purpose. Otherwise, you have done an excellent job.
Thank you. Sabindas, if you were to conclude by telling him what he could have done to excel this performance, what will be your inputs?
As all the evaluators mentioned, he was confident. He has given a great speech. He was prepared. Everything was great. So all of these comments, especially from Sada, even I noticed. I just want to say that you just need to focus on your hand movements. You got a lot of chance to show something like when you are interacting, you can do the tucking, but somebody please hold me. Your hands were always like this. So you could have been, it was repeating on all the 7 minutes, you can say. And really, one thing I like that he utilized 7 minutes, 26 seconds. That's a perfect utilization of the speech, the only second speech. That's a very nice thing. So I hope the area of improvement will be on your hand movements that you can improve. You are well prepared. It was a great speech. All great time.
Thank you. Now we come to the speaker number 4, Toastmaster Ram's speech, telling us the virtues of networking, how it can help us. Sada, You read out the evaluation criteria of that. Could you just elaborate whether the speaker met the criteria? What were the good things we observed in the speech?
First thing to note in any speech is whether the speech meets the objective of the speech. The objective of the speech was to share his experience of networking, to improve connections. I would say he met the objective 100%. And to share his own personal experience was the cherry on the cake. Any personal story appeals to the audience. The speaker sharing his personal story will always appeal to the audience. And the speaker rightfully understood that and delivered a very good speech today, sharing his own experience. I don't find anything to say as area of improvement. That's the best part of the speech. Yeah. He concluded the speech very well with the saying that increase your visibility in the networking to enhance your networking experience. That's a takeaway. If a speech has a takeaway, then the speech is a good speech. And today, this speech concluded with a takeaway message. So that way also it met all the purpose of the speech.
Thank you. Vineet, you come from an automobile background. You represent a Korean company, but Koreans are like Japanese who believe in Kaizen, continuous improvement. Sada says that he couldn't find anything worth mentioning about improvement. But I'm sure you would have observed something. If you want to give him some improvement, what would be that?
Some improvement for already you are a champion for like you're giving a lot of speeches. You are a champion. So I felt like today, because I'm seeing you always seeing your speeches. So today your energy level was a little bit down. On the starting, I felt like it was high, like it was, but you know, like you are like you have that energy in you, right? Like because I seen your speeches, so that's the only thing, like little bit, like not like too less, like just a little bit. That's it.
Okay, good. Thank you. Gajindran, everyone is talking about how dynamic our speaker is on the stage and all that. If you would like to comment on his body language, what would be your comments like?
Toastmaster Ram is the one I always inspire by his speeches, because he always comes up with a message that he has done today, because he has concluded his speech with a message. So in terms of the body language, well, in his speech, he has structured the speech in a better way that he has worked for 8.5 years in a company, finally he became redundant to that company. And he went on with 3 different classifications of networking, starting with breakfast meeting, and then LinkedIn medium, and then the Toastmasters. So inculcating the body language there, you could have incorporated some conversation that you had during the breakfast meeting, and that would have added value in terms of the vocal variety as well as the body. However, you have done the best. You did all the best you did. I don't have any comments on that, but by introducing different characters, you could have enhanced the vocal variety and the body language. That's the suggestion I have.
Sabindas, would you like to add something more?
Ram is a great speaker. I always love to hear because the way he presents, as Toastmasters Vineet mentioned, is always charming, very energetic. Whenever you speak to him, you also feel and he pass that energy. So I don't want to comment about that one. And it's a personal story, and I can relate to that personal story a lot. But he was delimiting the networking channels. Maybe I can help you to add more. We got 3. I just to improvise yourself. Seriously, I didn't write anything. I don't see anything to be challenged or area of improvement on your speech. As always, it's a perfect speech for me. Like maybe it's my experience. If I am seeing a better person than me, that I'll be trying to achieve on his level. Maybe somebody is in this area about to him can say some area of improvement. I don't see any. It's great speech for me. Thank you.
Thank you. So then, would you like to just conclude this evaluation for Ram?
I think I agree with Vineet. Maybe a little bit of energy was missing today on Ram's speech. Otherwise, very well delivered, personal experience with all aspects of a good speech like body language or vocal variety or whatnot. I think the objective is also met. Objective of the speech also is met. Otherwise, everything was good. Yeah.
Thank you. So, dear friends, this is where the 4 evaluations given by our elite panel here. My last word would be any speech in Toastmasters should have 4 C's. 1 is connect, 2nd is capture, 3rd is content, and 4th is conclusion. First would be capture, how you capture audience's attention. Now, if you look at all the speakers, everyone had a distinct start. The most impressive capturing moment was by Joanna, which I felt. She enacted a kind of skit there. Immediately we all were glued. What's happening? Because this is what we see every day. That's a wonderful way of hooking the audience. Very well done. Then, second is connecting with audience. As Sada was clearly mentioning that when you come up with your own personal anecdotes, it connects very well. And there's one more secret is of using humor, which Joanna again did very well. She had a lot of humor. Even Benedict came up with his more self-deprecating kind of humor. In fact, the use of prop by Benedict was fantastic. He showed his own past, the way he was standing there, and now he is so in his tuxedo standing in front of us. That contrast itself was a good connect. Everyone felt that, yes, even I was like this a few years back. Very well done. Conclusion. Conclusion, here I would say, the way Ram concluded his speech was good. Any persuasion, any inspiration, if it has a call of action to the audience, what's in it for me as an audience? If I feel that, yes, there is something, and that leaves a recency remark, it leaves that recency factor, it leaves that, yes, this is the message I would like to take home. And one more thing which I loved about Ram's presentation was, he went through those criteria, speech criteria, which says that you have to share experience after attending a networking meeting, and you did that. So reading manual, reading your pathway, reading your evaluation criteria itself is wonderful. In JP's speech, humor, you might have felt that okay, but he had a different subtle kind of humor. Humor was very good. 2 places which he has used. One was that 30 minutes to 8 hour kind of thing. That was very nice, very subtle way of putting it. And the best was, even he didn't understand, he quoted a quote about humor and said it was a famous quote by a famous thinker. It was anonymous. It was nice. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. Good. Keep it up. Overall, hope you like this experiment. It gives a lot of inputs, not from one person, but from a panel. Thank you very much, my panel. Thank you.